What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So listen, it's day 3. We still hanging in there. But today, I got a special guest. I got a friend. Jasmine! Call your friend from the website. No, I'm just kidding. You gotta have fun with it. Hey,
we here.
Jazzy J. So, first of all, let me just give myself credit. This is day 3 of 30, y'all. Mm-hmm. Consistency is the key. And this is one of my homegirls that come over. We brainstorm together. Yes. She have her own business and she have a YouTube. Go ahead and tell the people where you at, Jazz.
All right. So I'm the owner of Easinatopia. On Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at EasyInatopia, and the same on YouTube. My YouTube is mainly about aesthetics, education, and a little bit of yoga in there, meditation in there as well. But yeah.
Boom. Yes. So Jazz was over here earlier. We always brainstorm a couple of days during the week, and we both own businesses, and we both have goals to get to a certain level. So I was telling her about my little 30-day series. So I was like, you know what, Jazz, I want to bring you in today. So we've been talking about self-sabotage, and on day 1, if you have not watched the video, go back and watch it. Mm-hmm. I talked about how, for myself anyway, and I don't know if you can relate, but procrastination and perfectionism are 2 of the things that used to hold me back because I'm not claiming it anymore. Yeah. However, you typically hang around people that are like you, and I thought that this would be a great topic to bring her in so she can share. But it's real talk, not scripted or anything. I do have some notes that I was going to share with you guys today. Okay, so today, right on day 3, I wanted to talk about overcoming the fear of failure. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I actually didn't think that, that was a challenge for me. And so I actually sat and really thought about it. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're going to talk about this today. So how about yourself? How do you?
I don't necessarily always go to the fear of failure. It's once I've done or made the pivot to change something, I feel like, and it hasn't turned out the way I want it to turn out, then I feel like it's a failure. Okay. So I'm not afraid of risk. Right. I think that's one thing I can say, that in where I am now in business, like I'm not afraid to fail. But I guess failure is objective.
Yeah. And some people deal with it. I think I'm like you. I'm like, yo, take me to the mountain. I'm gonna jump and we're gonna figure it out at the end. Yeah. But there are a lot of people that that are challenged with that. So I did want to talk about overcoming the fear of failure. And I just have a couple notes down here, y'all. So number 1 was this. It prevents us from taking action. So a lot of times people won't even start because already in their mind, like, we'll have the goal, right? We'll have the action steps and we'll sit on a cliff and be like, and we won't start because we're already afraid that it's not going to work out. Yeah. But that's another thing too. We may not, like I said, verbally say that we are afraid, but sometimes it's our actions. Absolutely. Because we're like, no, we'll take the risk. But like all the while, sometimes in the back of your head, you have those thoughts like, what if it doesn't work? And those thoughts are going to come, but we just got to learn how to just push past them, because the bird is going to fly over our head. We got to not allow that joker to build the nest.
I was thinking about the bird actually hooping on this.
Oh,
but
we don't want him.
I don't know, but that's still good. That's still good luck, though. I mean, even if the bird does poop, there are going to be some times when you get pooped on by the bird.
But you can wipe it off.
Yes, and you can
just like falling. Yep, just like in trying anything. Like one thing I say all the time is that you may see the bird poop on my head, you may see me fall, but you will never see me give up. No, nope. I'm going to dust the knees off. I might be limping, I might be hopping. Jasmine might need to push me. Yeah, but I'll never quit. Yeah, and so fear of failure, right? Or fear of the unknown really stop a lot of people. And number 2, I have it creates self-doubt and low self-esteem.
Okay. Say it again for me so I can make sure.
So creates self-doubt.
So self-sabotage can create self-doubt.
And low self-esteem. We're talking about fear. So I'm helping them to overcome the fear of failure. Okay. Which is still a self-sabotaging thing. And this is tough, but it says fear can fuel negative talk, negative self-talk, and self-doubt. If you don't have that thing, and this is why I really believe that affirmation, like we all have those days. So I never want to be seen as a robot. Like she always come out all right. Oh, wait, let me take that back. I do come out all right. Does. But we all go through the storm. Because sometimes people will watch you on the outside and they're like, man, you just be doing it. And I'm like, listen, that bird then pooped and did everything else. And but you gotta have that thing on the inside that make you get up, and you know, you gotta know your worth. And you know how you really know your worth? Well, this is how I see it anyway. And you can agree or not agree, or even give us some of your feed forward. But when you are sitting in a space and you know that that's not where you should be. Yeah. Like it's like so much more. I think we had this conversation.
Like you know that there's more for you to do. So it's like you can sit in that space as long as you can. Speaking of birds.
Right. The bird is one.
So yeah, someone else. I hope the bird don't poop in that person's car. But like you can be in that low place, but you can't stay there. I mean, especially with business and being an entrepreneur, I feel like it's going to be many times where you're going to feel like, I don't want to do this no more, because of where you can see where you are where you're seeing where you are right now.
Yeah. Yep.
There's been many times.
And I think that's why community is important, because having that friend to get you out of that, because we all sometimes visit that yuck state or that dark place. Yep. But when you got somebody that know your story, you're like, baby, get it out and let's get it going. Yeah. Right. Get the getting, as you.
Because I mean, at least you're acknowledging that's how you feel, and that's okay. Yeah. It's okay to be there. It's a part of life. Yeah. Like, I mean, you're not going to be Crystal is not like this all the time.
99.9%.
99.9%.
It's not. It's okay to go there, but it's not okay
to stay there.
There we go. Period. Okay, she finished the sentence.
Yeah, no.
Sips water.
Dang, I need some more water. I got my last sip out 5 minutes ago. Jeez.
Well, wait, and then I have here, it also, fear of failure will keep you in your comfort zone. And I'm a firm believer of everything that I know that I want is on the outside of my comfort zone. Absolutely. So when you feel your temperature go up and you feel your heart beating and racing, like embrace that. Don't run back and hide, because that is part of the process too. But once you get over the rainbow, good God Almighty.
She's about to preach.
Good God Almighty.
I feel it. She really preaching Crystal for real. But
that's so true.
But it is true.
Oh my God.
True. Your comfort zone will keep you stuck.
Yep.
And
it'll have you settling for less.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's because it's safe. Comfort zones are safe. And if you, as an entrepreneur, you want to go further, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, just any goal that you have in life, you got to get out of that comfort zone in order to reach that goal.
And this one right here leads to procrastination. And I will say fear of not being good enough. And that's something, like she said, I'm not like this all the time. I love being fired up, but I still have those thoughts, like they said, fear of not being good enough. I have this crazy desire, and every time I say this, my heart goes boop, 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 of being like a powerful public speaker. So even with doing this 30 days on YouTube is getting me outside of my comfort zone, getting me to be consistent. I love like all my YouTube folks that I follow. Y'all are doing the darn thing. Yes. And I watch you guys, and I share this with the ladies year after year after year. And while I'm sitting back watching you grow and evolve, I'm sitting here second guessing myself. I'm on like year 4, and I'm like, listen, enough is enough. The bird and pooped and it sat there for about 3.5 to 4 years.
But this is the year you decided that you were going to
break through.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not
okay.
I wish y'all could see my feet. But like, it's okay. Sometimes it takes a while for you to build the momentum. Yeah. Like, I know plenty of people that say that they want to do a YouTube channel. I'm sorry.
Right.
And they did it, but they didn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't see the value for themselves, not just the monetary value.
Yeah.
So you're sharing your story, and you're doing your things.
And remembering that everything we want is on the outside of our comfort zone, because it's going to be scary. Like anything, it's going to be big though.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I'm trying to tell you what I know. And I'm powerfully speaking this right now. Y'all can drop an amen in the comments if you feel it. But when I hit the stop button, that's really when the true living begins, because we have these moments, we're fired up, you know, you have company, but when you're in that space by yourself, you got to know like your worth deep down on the inside. And the next one, it says, fear stops us from building relationships. Fear of vulnerability or fear of getting hurt can prevent us from forming deep connections, especially when you have trusted people and been hurt in the past,
Ooh.
whether it's business relationships. But and this is where prayer come in. I don't know how you feel about it, Jasmine, but I mean, you have to
discernment.
Yes, when you're dealing with people, because I come from a place where if I don't care who it is, if they needed something and it was the last, oh my God, I just brought back something else for me. I'm giving it. But I had to learn the hard way that, listen, first you got to pray, because I didn't before. It was just like, you need it, I will give it. And I was, you know how they say you pour into an empty cup, right? And in my mind, I'm like, why am I helping?
Or pouring from an empty cup.
Oh, okay. So see, perfectly imperfect. Anybody could do this. Welcome to my YouTube channel. That was not the quote. And I'm famous for saying something that I didn't mean to say. But what I meant to say, you pour into people, right? It's like putting money in someone's pocket and there's a hole. Y'all get it, right?
Yeah.
But I had to learn that it's not, because you have a giving heart, it's not for you to give to everybody.
Yeah.
Because sometimes God have different people. Like I know I've been there in a situation until you hear from him. And no matter how much, I'm just going to use Jasmine because she's sitting here as an example, that I see her going through something and I'm trying to help her and it's just not helping her. Maybe God, whether it's he have her in that space for her own growth, like we just never know. But I know prayer and discernment, as you said, since about to be 50, I've learned in the last year. Took me 48 years and some.
Yeah, you keep on trying to push yourself.
I said best shape by. I know, because when I'm trying to tell you that when I turn 50, I'm gonna be amazing.
You are more amazing already.
I know this is not proper.
Don't
English,
be like
even more amazing. Oh, that is proper. I said it right. I said it right.
What's the improper?
I don't know.
Okay,
they come out naturally. I was trying to be politically correct, and I was correct.
For her,
look at me growing up.
Come on.
Hey, day 3. I see y'all tomorrow.
I'm crying.
Okay, here's a good one. Holds back personal growth and learning. Fear can prevent us from learning new things or trying new experiences, keeping us stuck in old habits. By avoiding, again, here go this word, situations that make us uncomfortable, we miss valuable lessons and personal growth opportunities. And I can testify to that. And I'm going to, because I read and I get excited.
That's okay.
One of my biggest hang-ups is not so much not feeling good enough. So y'all, I'm a numbers person. Now maybe I need to stop saying that. I ain't gonna lie. When I was in college, my husband wrote all my papers. If you tell me to read a chapter and like I had to write a 5-page report, I'm gonna fail the class.
Yo, that man love you, bro.
But he wrote my papers.
He writing papers. He loves you. He loves himself some crystal.
It's like yin and yang though. So when I was attracted to these powerful motivational speakers, in my mind I was like, I can't do that. You know why? Because the words that I say and speak was a half a syllable. They had them like 5 or 6. I'm like, y'all gonna lose me after 2. But I had to learn that what God had for you is for you. And all you have to do is really show up as your true authentic self. And your vibe will do what, Jazz?
Attract your tribe.
Yeah. See that? What you got for the people?
I don't. You hitting on everything. No, don't be sorry. We here together.
I'm gonna let you handle this one now.
What?
The next one I have written down is
what does she have?
Causes overthinking and inaction.
Oh, and I'm prime example. I'm a very much of an overthinker. Like it'll get to a point where I will procrastinate, which is the inaction. I'll procrastinate until it takes me over. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just going to do it right now. And I get it done within like 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, you could have done that 2 weeks ago.
Yep. And we're going to see more of her YouTube coming up soon. But it was my...
We're trying.
Yeah. But listen, it's
lots of stuff going on.
It can lead to analysis paralysis.
Absolutely.
Where we overthink every possible outcome and end up not making any decisions at all.
Oh yeah, I mean,
guilty by association.
Absolutely. There you go.
This hesitation stops us from moving forward and leave us feeling stuck.
Yes, it does. We don't like it.
We got 2 more. This one right here is good. Turn your good ears on.
What I tell the kids tell the kids, turn your listening ears on.
No, this is real, especially as business owners. With all the opportunity that we have.
Okay.
Fear limits career and financial success. Fear of rejection or fear of making mistakes may stop us from pursuing promotions, asking for business, exploring new career opportunities. Over time, this limits career growth and can hold us back from financial progress. I'm going to just pass the mic. Mic, sound nice, check 1.
Well, I mean, you're not lying. I mean, one thing about it, for me, if there is a job that I know I can do, I'm going to apply for it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk
9
business
times out of
owner.
10, I'm going to get the job. But when we're talking business
Mm-hmm.
owner, I do, I guess, in the same line or the same vein as like asking for help or
Mm-hmm.
asking help for progression. Sometimes I don't feel like, was that is that same the same?
Yeah, but look, and we're this whole series is about self sabotage. Do you feel like sometimes also from not having 1,000% faith in yourself and being able to do the job?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever? I've been in a situation where other people would charge this much money.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're here to gouge anybody. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But we, on the other hand, be like, oh, I'm just going to charge this. Like, it's a blessing. I had to
Oh
learn the
yeah,
hard
yeah,
way.
absolutely.
And we
Yeah.
could hold ourselves back for
Mm-hmm.
fear of like, oh my gosh, it's like, are they going to pay? Like, you have to walk in a room knowing that you belong.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, doing this work on yourself over and over again, trusting yourself. We got one life. And I'm like, listen, that's why Jasmine keeps saying it, but I have this thing where I'm looking to become the best version of myself by 50. I have a year and a little bit of change, right? I shared with you guys how the fear of even posting or just talking or really believing that my vibe can really attract the tribe that I'm looking to attract on YouTube has held me back. And I don't, comparison is a thief of all joy. But I've been on YouTube and I've seen other people's videos that, you know, the sound wasn't amazing, the lighting wasn't amazing. They may not have a mic, but you know what I said to myself? I said, self, but guess what? They're in action. I did. Like some people,
you gotta have a meeting with yourself.
It's for
sometimes.
inspiration, not really not judging them, but I'm like, listen, but they're doing it because while we're here trying to be perfect, right? Going nowhere fast. Other people are building. Why aren't you moving? Because you're not in action. So I had to get that. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you are worth it and you are able and capable of reaching the same level of success. But that fear sometimes it'll seep in. So when we talk about faith, faith is action. This is faith. Look now, I'm on video 3. I got 37 more to go. Oh, 27. Oh, but we're gonna keep it going. See, my math. I said I love math, but I just wanted to test her.
She said 37, and that took me out. And I was like, dang.
But it brought you right back. So what you got to say about that?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Limits career and financial success. Okay. I mean, like you were saying, to your point of, you know, charging your worth. That has, it took me a long time to feel comfortable in charging my worth. Like, yeah, for example, I was doing, I guess in the time's different and, you know, the economy is different too. But when I started my business, I was only charging maybe like $50 for a Brazilian. That's just like the one thing I can, you know, notice that the price changed significantly. I didn't feel comfortable raising my prices because I knew, but I knew that I needed more to live off of, right? So I'm looking at everybody else. I'm like, dang, I haven't been in the field that long, or, you know, I don't want to price people out, but you had to charge that price, especially even for training, because you do physical training.
Girl, I was about to say, but I'm gonna go ahead.
I mean, you do training, any type of training that you are sharing your expertise with, you should be charging like what you're worth.
And you got to have faith in yourself and you have to know the value that you bring.
Yeah.
I had posted something the other day and I was like, it's not the hour, it's the value you bring. And when you said, one thing I found, and I'll say this over and over again, like I'm very clear, like what God had for me is for me, and what my vibe is really going to attract my tribe. But on the other side of that, I understand, like I'm too, like I have budgets, right? Where I can't just go out and do, heck, I want a massage, $150. Because I'm not going to get the $150 massage doesn't mean that I wouldn't pay it. It's just not in the season.
Right.
But it's different when you have people, and I tell people, spend your money however you want, just watch what you say out of your mouth. Because I would say, you know what, I'm on a budget, right? Jasmine will do my facial for $80, but I'll go over here and pay, let me not make up a name. I'll go pay Miss Ann $90. So I'm about to say some name I couldn't even pronounce. But at the end of the day, even with that, and listen to me, business owners, listen to me clear, because I see this all the time on social media with people talking about support. I never created a business and to myself said, my business is going to be successful because I have a lot of friends.
Because child.
But if they come, they come, but you can't get angry. Like I've seen people get angry because their friends don't support them. I had a soul food restaurant and the food was delicious, okay? in my
Anything she
mind,
makes is delicious, by the way. I'm sorry. I wish y'all could come and try all her things.
That sweet potato protein pound cake.
Let me tell you something about that cake. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
talk about the cake in a second.
Okay.
Talk about the cake in a second.
Sorry.
You know,
I get sidetracked. I'm sorry.
Short.
Okay.
But dang, what was I saying? Come on back.
You had the soul food restaurant.
Yes. So, you know, I had a lot of friends and everybody's like, oh, I can't wait. And I was like, oh, he about to kill this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably could count on one hand the people that said they was gonna come support. And at first I was a little bothered, but I had to think about it. It was not my friends or associates' dream and or vision. God opened up those doors for me. And if he opened up the doors, he's going to provide you with the business.
Period.
So when I see that, when people, they throw off on social media, they're like, yeah, my friends don't support me. If they support you or not, like this business got to thrive. And this is where that confidence that you know, got to come from the inside. Do you want them to? Yeah, but I understand. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in a season where I can't get all around. And also I'm like focused on growing my business. So right now it's just a different season.
Yeah.
But we gotta, as business owners, know, like, go out and there are people that will pay for it, but asking for your worth, that was, you know, and this is, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone. It kind of boggled my mind, but people only gonna do to you what you allow them to do. Soul food restaurant.
What you mean?
Listen,
okay.
Best fried, people only gonna do to you what you allow. Soul food restaurant, best fried chicken, et cetera, et cetera. Some folks came over, they said, can I taste the chicken before I buy it? In my mind, I'm like, when you go 3 doors down and ask them if you could taste their chicken
to the
before you buy
store.
It,
yeah,
right?
No.
But we only do it to our people, but that's not true. People can't do nothing to you that you don't allow. And we had that mindset too of being in business, like, because I had my friends and I love them. I'm like, you ain't got to pay for this. I literally was giving and not really realizing. So now I'm like, the first thing I want to do, I want to be whether it's my kids, and I had this conversation with Don the other day, they have a business, I want to come in with my $50 first and put it on the table. I'm not coming in looking for a handout. Like, we should be the first.
Pick me. Me. Because this is why, so I think about this a lot when it comes to supporting my friends' businesses or supporting people that I care about, is that any money that I put into their business is going to come right back around to me, whether it's by somebody booking a new client booking an appointment, or someone adding on to their services, or, you know, buying retail. Like, I have no problem spending my money here at Man and Nutrition.
She come and get her tea cherry every day.
Every
time she come through.
Every time I can come through.
And guess how many times I've been to her place?
0.
But it's not because, but this is real talk.
It's a different value.
I know, but I'm not going anywhere else. Like, I'm coming. It's the timing and everything. But some people, and I'm just gonna speak for her. I don't think so anyway, feel no type of way about it because she knew if I could get there, I would.
Yeah.
But other people on the outside looking in be like, dang, Jazz, you be at Crystal's all the time. How many times she came over and supported you?
But it's what's the value in, like, the pouring into each other. I mean, Chris does a lot for me already in ways that does not have no monetary value. You know what I mean?
Make me cry on live TV. Oh, that's YouTube.
Don't.
It's like, go ahead.
Calm down.
Go ahead.
Nah, but no, I listen. No, and there will be a time where she can come to get a facial or whatever service that she wants to get,
and I'm gonna leave a tip.
And leave a tip. You know what I'm saying? But I love coming here. It helps me, being here helps me get things done. I can talk to somebody that's like-minded, because it's very hard to find people that are like-minded within any type of industry. Whether she does something totally different than I do, it's still business mindset that sometimes you need somebody to bounce ideas off of, get, you know, just
have somebody on YouTube and support you.
Help with the YouTube. Okay.
Okay, we got one more. And this is tough, talking about stress. Triggers physical and emotional stress. When we constantly fearful, our body stays in fight or flight mode. I've experienced this firsthand.
Yes.
Leading to stress, anxiety, and health issues. And how about, I didn't even know, I've heard people talk about anxiety. I didn't even know it was until it was sitting in my face. Really? And I was like, oh yes, like for years, I would hear people talk about it, but if you never experience it, like you kind of know what it is, but until I was like, oh snap, like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's real.
I mean, it can manifest in so many ways. Last year was probably the worst year I've had, like, physically because of stress due to having self-doubt about my business and working around people that did not see. There's going to be a ton of people that don't see your vision, but working around people that have demeaned you and caused you to think differently about your business or yourself in your business.
Your circle is super important.
Man.
Super important. But I'm excited though. I really am. And for support, I don't like the word accountability because in my mind when I hear it, it's like you gotta hold me accountable.
Actually.
But I'm like, I'm grateful that you were here, right? Supporting me today. And that is my prayer, that her business grow and that she flourish, which she will, because we're never gonna stop working on ourselves.
Nope.
And that I just really stay outside of my comfort zone and continue to speak and continue to do the things that God created me to do so that I could be amazing and phenomenal. So you got any last words for the people, Jazz?
Nah, man, you already did. You already preached. I can't preach no more.
My offering. So we appreciate you. I hope you have the most amazing day ever. And make sure you come back and check us out for day 4